On today's episode of Grizzly Gearhead, we finally install European LED taillights. I really should dress better for these videos. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I always make these videos when I am at home, in my pajamas, and really comfortable. Welcome back, I'm Brandon and you're watching Grizzly TV. Today we actually got some pretty cool stuff going on. I happened to purchase on eBay a set of awesome cherry red LED taillights for the MK7 GTI, which you probably can't see right behind me, but it's right here. I just got off work, hence the look beat up and the lack of sun. It's kind of another issue. So I'm working with minimal light right now, so I'm gonna try and get the best shots, but it might be a little dark. So before we get any farther into the video, first things first, we're gonna be switching out our license plates today to the Deutsch Auto Parts one that were given to us by Paul. Thank you, Paul. And as much as I like Black Forest Industries, sorry, but ShopDAP definitely takes precedence. I love you, Black Forest. You have great products, but for today, you shall take its place. Not too sure if you guys can see that very well, but these right here are huge dents in the plate. Right here, that big old chunk from when I got rear-ended about a month ago. Luckily, it didn't really do much damage at all to the back of the GTI. It just kind of, you know, left a little bit of imprints from where it hit on here, but nowhere else was there any damage, which I was super happy to see. That might be stripped. Just kind of spins and spins and spins. Probably put 2 more screws in there at some point in time just to make sure it's more secure. But there you have it. By the way, congratulations to you, Tyler Wong. You were the first one to message me on Facebook with how many times I said Paul in the last video. And yes, I was serious about that. So I'm gonna be shipping you out the Deutsch Auto Part pair of license plates as soon as I possibly can. Probably like tomorrow or the day after, honestly. Soon, I'll do it, I promise. Promise. But in case you were kind of upset about missing that, later on in this video, probably towards the end, I'm gonna give you another challenge. And if you get that one right and message me on Facebook first, I'll give you this one. This is the Black Forest Industries one I just took off the car right now. So if you want a Black Forest Industries license plate, stay tuned at the end of the video for the challenge. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get started. If you look right here to my left, there's a little pull-out slot in the liner of your trunk. You pull on it, mine's like brand new. Kind of opens just enough to kind of get on in there. For this part, you're probably gonna need a flathead screwdriver. So we're just gonna stick it in here, and there's a little red piece that needs to be pushed in. Okay, this thing is really hard to get to. The ball makes it look so easy. I'm gonna have to cut this whole liner off. Trying to see if I can pull the headlight out with it first, just to make it easier, which it looks like I can. All right. Motherfucker. Okay, so this went from pretty simple to pretty hard, pretty quick. So I have the GoPro on, gonna try and give you guys an in-depth kind of close-up look to what I did. I was having a hard time getting in through the side, so I decided to just try and pull the taillight off carefully to kind of pull the piece out so maybe I can get to it easier with my hands. I was trying to use the screwdriver to pry it off, and I think I might have broken something, so let's see. Okay, so I was able to get it off. I got a little bit on the GoPro, not much, because it came off like right after I put the GoPro, honestly. But I'll show you the damage. If you look at the top right there, there was a little clip that went right across, and I snapped it off, I think. You're supposed to push this though. That right there is a little clip that gets pushed in, so you're able to, this is down. Yeah, you can't do it anymore really, I guess. But this red piece right here goes down, and then you're supposed to pop it up and push in on this, and that allows you to open it. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know if I can fix it or what, but we'll see. Okay, so after that fiasco, I still haven't seen if I can fix the little piece that I broke yet. But in case I can't, I can still plug it in and wrap it in Gorilla Tape, which is probably what's gonna happen. I know, not the classiest, not the coolest, and probably not the smartest thing to do, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So let's go ahead and take a look at the LED taillights and see what we're working here with. So as you can tell, I've already opened the box, of course. I wanted to see what it was, because I ordered a bunch of stuff. This is pretty much, right here, what the OEM European LED taillights look like. And it's pretty snazzy. I was actually looking at aftermarket headlights, and I actually didn't like the darkness of the Golf R ones, just because there's not going to be a lot of contrast with the black on the GTI. So I decided to go with the OEM Cherries. And of course, paired up with the other side. Boom, bada boom. That's going to look very, very nice. So let's go ahead and get one side on. So from what I recall from Paul's video, is there's a little piece on the side of this clip that needs to be shaved off with a razor before it can connect to the European LED taillights. Now this is only on the driver's side and not the passenger side. So let's go ahead and slice that off. So if you look very closely right here, there's this little black piece, this right here, that needs to be shaved off. So when looking at it, you see that there's a little piece. To make them both flat and even, you gotta get this piece off right here. So we're just taking one of these and going along the side of it. Okay, so now we can continue with putting back the headlights. So it's pretty simple now. Now we're just gonna pop it in. Then we're gonna take our little screw piece and put it back on. There we go, nice and tight. And now just plug it back in. Okay, so not gonna lie, that was a little bit harder than I thought it was gonna be. Luckily, the little broken plastic piece didn't affect the wire putting it back in. It was easy and clicked right back in, good to go. Who knows how it'll be trying to take it out again, but hopefully I'll never have to do that again. But now we have one side in. Now we're gonna work on the other half of the one side, I guess you could say. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. All right, with this one, it should be just a screwdriver into the side right here. It should help with the clips. There we go. Came off relatively easily. Now here's where you're gonna get to see the clip really well. Right in here is where you see the red piece that needs to be pulled out. And then this beige piece up here is the piece that needs to be pushed down. So pull this out, just like that. Then we're gonna push this in, like so, and pull out. Bada bing, bada boom, how easy was that, eh? A lot easier than the first one, I'll tell you that. And there's gonna be two 8mm nuts that have to be taken off of two little metal screws in here that are attached to the taillight housing. Right here and right here. So this is where you gotta be a little careful, because these are gonna be on there a little tight, at least they are for me. So just kind of hold on to the other side while you're pushing up. And it comes right out. And now we can put on the Euro LEDs to finish off the look. So I'm gonna start with the 8mm nuts first to make plugging it back in a little bit easier. Get it hand tight, and then we'll use a ratchet. About hand tight is good. You don't really want to ratchet down too much and then strip it or crack anything. And now we plug it back in. Okay, so apparently the little piece, little stub on the side right here has to be scraped off on both plugs, not just the outer, the inside as well. It's not allowing me to to hook it up, connect it up. So I'm gonna get the razor, shave that off, and then get right back to it. By the way, guys, when doing any kind of work on your car, wear the proper PPE. I was working on this thing right here, trying to shave that piece off, and it just shot back and got me right in the eyelid. Thankfully, I blinked at that exact moment. But yeah, that was almost bad. So, PPE, guys, make sure you wear it. And now we can finally plug it back in. Boom, good to go. And right here is where we have that plug again. I'm gonna show you guys a closer shot. This right here is the little piece that was giving me some trouble in there. You're just gonna pop it back out. And then this little piece in here, the black piece, is the one that gets pushed down. It should slide right out with no trouble at all. Okay, so just to be clear, this side is way harder. The passenger side has a tiny little hole that my big ass hands can't get inside of. So I'm having to finger my way in there, and it's hard, and it's scratchy. I don't know. And the little twisty thingy is harder to put in and take out. And the plug is so hard to get in because there's not enough room. And you can't really do it from the outside because it's just not long enough. It's in. It's finally in. Entirely too hard. Jesus, Volkswagen, you couldn't have made a little bit bigger hole. I mean, come on, man. My hands aren't even that big, and that's just a no-go. So on the passenger side, it's basically the same thing. And don't be afraid, you guys, to stick a screwdriver in the upholstery and kind of rip at it a little bit, because sometimes it's not even cut all the way. So you're gonna have to rip. It's not actually ripping, it's just the perforation is coming off, and it's never been done before. So don't be afraid to be a little bit rougher with it. It's just new, or at least mine is.